Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. When dealing with CSS, one common behavior that developers encounter is how margins on child elements can affect the layout of their parent elements. This is often referred to as margin collapsing. What is margin collapsing? Margin collapsing occurs when the vertical margins of block-level elements intersect or overlap, causing the margins to combine into a single margin. This can lead to unexpected layout behavior, especially when you apply margins to child elements. Why does this happen? 1. Vertical margin collapsing. When a block-level element has vertical margins, the margins of its child elements can collapse with the margins of the parent element. The larger margin between them will take effect, and the smaller one will be ignored. 2. Parent element without content. If the parent element has no padding or border and is only containing a child with a margin, the parent's top margin may collapse with the child's margin. 3. Block formatting context. In some cases, establishing a block formatting context, BFC, can prevent margin collapsing. BFC can be created using properties like overflow, display, flex, display, grid, etc. Example code to illustrate margin collapsing. Here's a simple example that demonstrates this behavior. Explanation of the example. 1. HTML structure. We have a parent div with a class of parent and a child div with a class of child. 2. CSS styles. The .parent class has a margin of 20 px, padding of 10 px, and a border of 1 px solid blue. The .child class has a margin of 30 px. 3. Margin collapsing behavior. The margin of the child element, 30 px, will collapse with the margin of the parent, 20 px, when it is rendered. However, since the parent has padding and a border, the child's margin will be contained within the parent, and the effective margin that affects the layout will be 30 px, the child's margin. If you remove the border and padding from the parent's margin may collapse with the child's margin, leading to unexpected layout results. How to prevent margin collapsing? 1. Add padding or border. Adding padding or a border to the parent element prevents margin collapsing. 2. Use overflow property. Setting overflow to any value other than visible, the default, will create a new block formatting context. 3. Flexbox or grid. Use display, flex, or display, grid, on the parent to create a new context. Conclusion. Understanding margin collapsing is crucial for effective CSS layout design. By knowing when and how margins collapse, you can better control the spacing and layout of your elements. This knowledge helps prevent unexpected behavior in your layouts, leading to more predictable and maintainable code.